Exhibitors at every event ask me how they can increase their chances of success. In response to this customer voice, I've established a list of things that exhibitors can do to guarantee a positive return on investment at a trade, corporate, or private event. I've broken this list down into categories based on booth size and experience because some exhibitors are smaller companies or they're new to a specific show, and many are even exhibiting for the very first time ever. In addition, I've segmented these items into groups in hopes of making them easier to consume and execute. Many of these tips are straightforward, and it won't be the first time you've heard them. But others will lead you down the path towards better execution and increased sales and ROI. So here's the first list of 10 things exhibitors should do to ensure success specifically for 10x10 and tabletop exhibitors. Tip number 1. Decide where the company and its offerings stand in the purchase experience process. What I mean is, you should ask yourself what your reasons are for doing the show. Are you there to create awareness about your company and its product or service offering because attendees don't know you and what you do? Or maybe you're trying to get people to consider using your offering in a specific application to solve a customer problem. Or perhaps you want them to prefer using your offering instead of a competitor's. Or maybe you're in a position to create loyal, converted advocates through face-to-face interactions leading to appointments or sales orders. No matter who you are, every journey starts somewhere. To successfully reach your destination, you have to know where your starting point is. Define this, and you've taken a huge step towards success. Tip number 2. Set specific, measurable goals and objectives. Once you know where you are, you can set specific measurable goals for the event and longer-term objectives for after the event. This could be to inform 500 attendees an hour what your website is at the awareness phase. Or at the consideration phase, you might want to do 10 hands-on demonstrations. Or maybe 5 face-to-face interactions in the preference phase. Or to get 3 signed contract purchase orders per day at the conversion phase. Typically, when I ask exhibitors what their goals are, they either have no answer or they show me a long PowerPoint presentation listing all the things they would like the business to accomplish, which they have not at all related to the event. Don't allow yourself to get caught in this trap. Instead, make a short list of goals that you would like to accomplish based on where you are in the purchase experience process. Tip number 3. Make sure your booth and staff are in the right position to execute. If you're creating awareness with a nice pop-up display, then make certain that your staff doesn't stand in the way and block attendees from seeing it. If you want attendees to try out the demo unit, make sure it's working properly and positioned correctly. If you want attendees to talk face-to-face with the staff members, then provide enough space for them to talk without being pressured by people walking behind them in the aisles. If you're expecting them to write orders, make sure the order writing mechanisms are easy and functioning. Remember that design drives behavior. If you wall the space off and put a chair in the middle of it, the staff will sit safely inside the booth away from passing customers. It isn't their fault and you can't blame them because the design will drive this behavior. So position the properties and staff so that you can successfully accomplish your goals and objectives. Tip number 4. Partner with the association or show management and ask them to help you succeed. You must resist the temptation to see this as an us-against-them game, as so many exhibitors do. Instead, work as closely as you can with the association or show managers and ask them for help. You'll be surprised how badly they would like you to succeed and to successfully exhibit year after year, but not because they just want your money. They also are in the business of creating a community, and no community can survive when its members leave. They have a lot of experience and often great resources, but many feel that exhibitors just aren't interested. A good exhibitor can change that. So partner with them as closely as you can and ask them for help. Tip number 5. Don't buy anything unless you are absolutely sure you can get a solid return on your investment. What I mean is, don't buy the space, the carpeting, the tables, the banners, the sponsorships, the advertisements, or anything else for that matter, unless you are absolutely sure you will get a payback. Every purchase decision you make should be made with measurement in mind. You should not exhibit if you don't know the costs and what the potential return is on those costs. You wouldn't expect anything less from your customers, so as a paying exhibiting customer, why should you be any different? And don't be afraid to ask probing questions like what the attendee breakdown is and what the percentage of your target audience will be at the event or what they're spending. Ask how many hits other exhibitors have gotten from these sponsorships or banners. Every answer you get will tell you more and more about the soul of this association, show management, and event. If the show can't answer these types of questions, then you should think long and hard about partnering with them, especially over long periods of time. Otherwise, you're going in on blind faith, trust, and hope, none of which are good mechanisms for running a successful business. Tip number 6. Tell everyone that you are exhibiting. Once you have committed to exhibiting, you should inform everyone you can think of, everyone you know, and every person you encounter that you are exhibiting. Think of it as a good icebreaker or a conversation starter. Most people have never exhibited. They've never done this, and if they do, or have, they could be a great prospect for you, or maybe a good source for tips on what to do and what not to do at an event. Imagine the booth as a party or a new location for your business. If you're opening the doors for the first time or having a great blowout party, you would want everyone to know about it. Your interest will create interest for others. So shout it from the rooftops. Be courageous. Tell everyone that you're exhibiting. Tip number 7. Know what is going on at and around the show and promote it. We tell our clients to go out into the lobby of the show prior to the opening, where all the attendees are standing around waiting for the doors to open. Once there, we instruct them to tell everybody about the different things going on inside and outside of the show. We have them promote the presentations and parties and private events, and even to tell them about the cool booths on the floor as sort of a sneak preview. We make them tell the attendees where the bathrooms, restaurants, and other facilities are as a courtesy. We even instruct them to tell people about the must-see things in the area and to invite them to come along on outings or for dinner. In short, we teach them to act like ambassadors to the show. The response is always incredible. People start to think that the show is actually owned or sponsored by our clients. When attendees think that our clients put on the show, they see value in them and want to pursue a business relationship with them. So know and promote the show. And by the way, don't forget to tell attendees to stop by your booth. Tip number 8. Get excited. This is a break from the office, and it's something different. Many exhibitors are so stressed that they forget what a cool thing it is to be out of the office for a few days with thousands of people who are not only potential customers, but who also share your common interests. Don't forget that these people have a kindred connection to you and your offering, and get excited about that. It's a break from the normal office setting, and it'll be over before you know it. So why not enjoy it? Excitement is contagious. If you're joyful and excited about it, others will be as well, and you'll have a much better experience together with your kindred spirits if you're all excited. So get excited. Tip number 9. Prepare and memorize a 30-second elevator speech. What I mean is, if you were to encounter someone in an elevator, you would want to be able to clearly convey to them what you do and the benefits of your product or service offering to your customers in the time between the doors closing and the doors reopening on the next floor. So figure out what you do and the benefits of what you do and summarize it in a 30-second speech. Tip number 10. Practice. Once you have an elevator speech, practice it in the mirror. Make sure you can recount it consistently. After you have done that a few hundred times, try it out on a friend or a relative or a stranger on the street. Practice makes perfect, and you want your first introductory words about your company and its offering at an event to be perfect. You only have one chance to make a first impression. You want yours to be terrific. So practice. Practice a lot.